Welcome to this session of learning how to use ePlan to submit an online Tier 2 report. First, please go to erplan.net. Once at erplan.net, please click on the login page. Once you're in the login page, if you remember your access ID, you can enter it in at this point. If you forget, please click on the Forget Access ID and you will have to put in the email address used for your access ID. If you remember your access ID and put it in at this time and your password, and then click Sign In. Next, we are at ePlan Online Filing Submission Management. At this point, we can copy data from a previous year. We can retrieve old data from years prior to filing. To enter new data, we're going to start with the previous year and copy the 2012 to the current year, 2013. At this point, we would click Copy Data, and it would copy our data over to 2013. We click on 2013 and it takes us to our 2013 online filing home. On this page, we will have our facility name for each facility that we have under the access ID. We click on the facility name to edit that facility's information. As we scroll down, we can change the facility name, company name, email address. We can add facility number as well as facility notes. We want the physical address at this point, the mailing address if it is the same, and the location. What we would rather you do is click look up latitude and longitude, and it will automatically populate the latitude and longitude from the address provided. We need to answer if it is manned or unmanned, and maximum numbers of occupants at any one time. Next is the type of facility, whether you are under EPGRA's 302 facility, an emergency planning, an EPGRA 311 facility, and each one of these you can click on more information to gather more information under EPA's website. And lastly on this page, under the submission, this is where you would electronically sign that you certify the information that is provided. Click Save and Continue to go to the next page. Under the facility identification page, this is where we will add our Dun and Bradstreet number as well as our NAICS number. To do this, we click on the ID type, the ID value that you have predetermined from Dun and Bradstreet, and the description if you have one, and click Add. At this point, you can see it added another Dun and Bradstreet number. If you need to delete something or edit, you would click on the Edit or Delete next to that value. Once we are finished with our Dun and Bradstreet number or facility identification, we click Next. If the state that you are filing in has specific fields, this is where that information would need to be placed. Click Next. Under Documents, this is where we can upload many different types of documents. We can type a link or a file category such as MSDS, notification, diagrams, contingency plans, or other types of information. And the max file size is 9 megabytes. If we go to the top, this is where our current facility and the information that we are in. Now we will click on the contact list to move on to the contact menu. Under the contact list, we need at least 3 contacts in order for your facility to be validated. Under the Filing Management Home, we can now edit a contact's information. Under the contact's information, we can put their name, address, and email address, which is needed at this point. Save and continue. This is where we add telephone numbers. Under the phone type, we can add a 24-hour, a mobile cell, emergency, work, home, fax, beeper, or pager. Click Next once we've added those. Under our associate contact with facility, we can add that contact information to multiple facilities. So if we would like to add this contact information to ABC Chemical Company, we click on that and put in the type of information that that person has done with that facility. And we'll put in as the other and add. At this point, we click Next. Takes you to a document upload if you would like to upload any documents. We go back to the Filing Management Home and we scroll down to the chemical information. We can edit the chemical information, delete or copy if you have more than one. Under the chemical information, we have to have a CAS number with each chemical and a chemical name. If you need help, please click Look Up to find the correct CAS number for the chemical that you are using. The EHS should only be checked for those chemicals on the list of lists put out by EPA every year. The physical state is the type of state that the chemical is on site, any hazards affected with it, and the quantity. Please put in the maximum daily amount in pounds, as well as the average daily amount in pounds. If you have multiple containers, you can put the maximum amount in the largest container at this point. If this is a chemical below the threshold planning quantity, if you check this box, that will let the first responders know the chemical that you have on site. And click Save and Continue. Under the storage location, we have different types of storage location. We have above ground tank, bag, battery, and multiple others that you can click on. The pressure type, whether it is ambient pressure, greater than ambient pressure, or less than ambient pressure. As well as the temperature. Ambient temperature, greater than ambient temperature, less than ambient temperature, not cryogenic, and cryogenic conditions. And under location, you can type in here where the chemical is stored on site and the maximum at that location. If this chemical is stored in multiple places, you can add multiple storage locations for each chemical. Click Next once you've added all the storage locations. Under the mixture components, if you have a mixture with a specific CAS number, you can look it up, as well as the components that are involved, whether or not it is an EHS chemical, and what the percentage of that is in that chemical mixture. Under state applicable fields, this is where your state would upload its information. Update and continue takes you to documents. This is where you can upload an MSDS sheet for a specific chemical or an SDS. Next, we're going to click on File Management and go back to the Online Filing Home. At this point, if you would like to validate your facility, you would then click on the Cutting Edge Planning and Training, the facility name, click Validate Record. At the Validate Record, this will tell you if you have any errors. For this first facility, there is an error. A Tier 2 information contact is required by the submission. So if you have an error and you click on the link at the end, it will take you to the place to enter that contact's information. And please fill out the last name or business name, first name, address, city, state, zip, country, and email. At this point, we need to validate our records for the facilities that have not filed. Click on Validate Record. As you can see, the first facility passed all the checks. At this point, we would click Upload Data to ePlan, and it would take us to our Submit Facility Information. Under the Submit Facility Information, we can see that the filing status is not filed, but the validation process has passed. We can also add up to 3 email addresses to send information about that facility. We click the checkbox in front of the facility ID and click Update to go to the next page. The next page is the ePlan payment for filing year 2013. Your payment information is automatically updated on this page. As we scroll down, you can click on the payment method. If you are using a credit card, you check the box for credit card, click Submit. At this point, you can download an invoice, you can cancel your invoice, or you can edit your billing information. The last thing is to pay by credit card. This will take you to an outside vendor where you can submit your payment for that facility. Your facility will not be filed until payment is received.